what's up guys, Tanuki Luigi here, and today I will be doing a comparison between the Xbox 360 controller and the Xbox One controller. And I did get this, like, literally yesterday, so without further ado, let's get into this. And one of the most noticeable things, first of all, is the design. That has changed quite a bit. So you can see on the Xbox 360 controller, shaped like this part kind of rounded. But on the Xbox One controller, this bottom part is pretty much flat, so yeah. And on the back for the batteries, you can see this giant lump in there. You can pick it up with it, and just don't like that at all. Takes up too much space. But on the Xbox One controller, the batteries are... There's no lump here because the battery compartment is right here. So just have to take off this cover, which I'm not going to do. Let's see what else the design has changed. Let's see, like this part right here, also where the Xbox button is. It's not between the start and select buttons anymore, it's up here. Unlike Xbox 360 controller, which is right here. And I think that's about it, so... Another thing is the buttons, bumpers, and triggers. Very, very, very noticeable thing about the AB and AB, X, and Y buttons is that the whole button is colored on the Xbox 360 controller, as you can see here. Whereas on the Xbox One controller, only the letters are colored, so that makes it... I actually think it looks better. I think the buttons look better this way, instead of all being colored. And another thing, maybe hard to see because I'm using my iPad, of course. But if you look close enough, probably most likely hard to see, there are little triangles engraved into the start and back buttons. Whereas on the Xbox One controller, little squares here and then lines here for the menu button. And yeah. Also, like I said earlier, Xbox guide button is placed differently. Also, this Xbox guide button is rounded. This one is not. It's completely flat, pretty much. But okay, on to the bumpers and triggers. Bumpers and triggers on here are okay, I guess. But they're small. But on the Xbox One controller, they're like, take up like the whole back of the whole thing. I don't know. Still really big. And this ink button isn't placed any differently. I have no idea what happened to the color on my iPad there. Must have decided to do a color just. Let's see what else. Joysticks and D-pad. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's just as a color. Anywho's. Joysticks on this are kind of biggish. Let's put them side by side. Yeah, they kind of feel really big when you put your thumbs into them. For me, it does at least. And it has these little black dot things right here. Or gray, depending on which controller you have for which model of the Xbox 360. Has these little bump things right here to help you grip. Whereas on the Xbox One controller, all you have to do is put your thumb in here, and it actually feels better than the Xbox 360 joystick almost for me. And this part is actually, hold on, let me get my hand out of the way. This part, you may or may not be able to see it, probably not be able to see it. Because even I can't see it through my iPad, so you probably can't. But this part right here around the joystick is actually rough. And moving on to the D-pad. D-pad on the Xbox 360 is a ginormous circle with just a plus design on it. Not just... I don't like it. But on the Xbox One controller, the D-pad is actually like the Wii remotes, you know. Doesn't have the giant circle, which is very helpful. It only goes up, down, left, and right. This goes all directions you can think of. This one probably does too, but not as easy. What else? Let's see. Oh, the jack on it. See the jack on it. This isn't a 3.5mm headphone jack. This is for the Xbox 360 headset, which is itty bitty. As far as I can tell, these little things are here. Whereas on the Xbox One controller, it's actually a 3.5mm jack. Because I believe this is the newer model of the Xbox One controller. Whereas the older model of the Xbox One controller, if this is the newer model, didn't have the 3.5mm headphone jack. It has almost a mini HDMI thing down there. Plug in like a chat pad or... yeah, plug in a chat pad. Let's see. Charging ports on the top of the controller. Xbox 360 is pretty big. Also has Xbox 360 engraved in the front or back of it, depending on how. It's probably the front of it. Whereas the Xbox One controller, it's like most Samsung phones, where it has most track phones, in fact, where it has just a little small thing right here. Let's see. What else? I'll just tell you about the batteries anyway, just because. Let's see. In here, we've got a button on top. It slips out the battery pack. And then you have to put the batteries in here the right way, and then put it in here the right way. I don't like it's okay, I guess. Oh. Also, another thing is the LED lights, but after I show you the batteries things, I'll do that. I don't have batteries in the 360 controller. All you have to do is pop off the battery back and take out the batteries. Like, again, like with the Xbox 360 controller. You have to put them in a certain way to get them to fit properly. But... man, get on there. But, yeah. If you have them in the wrong way, obviously it won't work. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, let's see. Wrong battery. Let's see, plus goes in here this way. Goes in here this way. If I can get it. Hey, what do you know? Let's see. Put it back on the controller. And what do you know? I have done it. But, yeah. LED lights. most likely the last thing in this video. But if I think of anything else, I'll just see. Another thing about the LED lights on the Xbox 360 controller, it's going to be a little bright. But see, it has like number 1, 2, 3, 4 LED lights to indicate the which player. Let's see, how do I write this? Which controller is which? I don't know. But still has 4 of them on there. And then Xbox One controller looks like the button kind of looks like metal to me. Just has this one single LED, so you don't know which is player 1, player 2, player 3, or player 4. But yeah, that's about it for this video. So thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please comment, like, and subscribe, because it would help out the channel a lot. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.